So Doc, are some of these wood bison part of the breeding program we're talking about?
Yes, absolutely. So 15 calves born in the last 15 years are all inseminated or embryo transferred, and so half of these.
This is them right here?
This is them right here. Yeah.
Wow.
The outcome of our program, all grown up and ready to breed.
And how does one become a reproductive biologist? What got you so interested in helping these animals to have sex?
So when I was young, I was fascinated by the microscope. You have to love the world under the microscope, right? Everything's microscopic, and it was just such an amazing world. When I saw the first embryo divide, 2 cells, 4 cells, that hooked me.
Science class?
Totally.
What exactly does a reproductive biologist do here at the Toronto Zoo?
That's a great question, and it's a job that I love to do here at the Toronto Zoo. We're involved in everything from understanding the health of the animal, reproductive health of the animal, to putting them in the mood. And if that doesn't work, then we're there to give them an extra helping hand.
Do you have to mimic the wild to have these, animals successfully procreate? Like, how does it work exactly?
So in a lot of cases, we try to give them as naturalistic an environment, make them feel at home, but sometimes we go above and beyond. We might play some music in the background.
No way.
Like rain showers. We might mist them to pretend that it's raining.
You mean like mist? Like sort of a little,
mist the animals. So whatever we feel they need to kind of put it over the top. Basically getting it right down to the candles.
Wow. So you really mist them to put them in the mood. I love that. Okay.
We commit.
Let's get serious for a little bit, because we want to talk to you about the fact that here at the you're making them procreate for a reason. You're trying to save species in our planet. What are we doing to make our Toronto Zoo like this world-class facility when it comes to preserving these threatened species?
So we're not only experts in natural reproduction, understanding it, but we have a state-of-the-art laboratory, we have a state-of-the-art hospital, and we can bring that all together not only to do sperm collections, inseminations, but all the lab work that needs to be done. We're one of the only we're one of the only zoos in Canada with such an extensive lab facility where we can do in vitro fertilization and freeze and hold things in the biobank for longer than my career.
Exactly what kind of genetic material are you storing here?
So the most important thing is that we can have some living cells. You need cells to be alive to make babies in the future. We work specifically with sperm, eggs, embryos, and skin cells. Those are the basic things that we need 25, 50 years from now to make babies. So in these tanks at 196 degrees below zero, inside this liquid nitrogen is the frozen samples of over 100 species, and you could see them here. Each one of these little straws has 40 million sperm.
Wow.
Or 1 embryo. And each one of those straws is enough for an insemination or in vitro fertilization.
So Doc, we keep talking about, the success you've had in getting these animals together, but how do we want to say this? Like, how do you tell when you get them in the mood? How do you tell when they're in the mood?
It's all about estrogen. Whether they're in heat, they're not in heat, the right moment, we focus on estrogen.
What do you mean? How do you tell? Like, you look at I don't understand how it works.
So in humans, they work really hard to look at blood samples. We can do it in urine or feces. So it's about pee or poo, and then we look for the estrogen hormone, and when it's really, really high, that's when she's in the mood.
The cats, they're the big, stronger than the wild, but they said the sperm's not that powerful.
So cats are interesting reproductively. They have the smallest penis, and they don't make enough sperm. So especially not cheetahs. Cheetahs have one of the lowest sperm counts, and so they need always a little bit of a helping hand.
With endangered species, and you see them thriving now, and this is all your work helping to bring them back, you and your team.
When we have babies born at Toronto Zoo, it's not only amazing to see this new life, but we know that it is one more contribution to protecting the species long term. I think when people come to Toronto Zoo, it's a great day at the zoo, and you get to see the animals in the best of their habitats. What I would love people to understand is, one, all the work behind the scenes.
Yes.
In the labs, in the hospital, in the breeding centers, but most importantly, partnerships. We can't do it without our communities, we can't do it without the universities and with the government agencies. For conservation, everybody's got to come together.
We love babies at the zoo. And now we know one of the reproductive scientists behind it. That's
Excellent.
you.
Yes.
Congratulations, Doc.
Thank you.